All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at a great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Out here preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And here they are with this new bullshit. You know, as you can read the title there, it says first human H5N2 bird flu death reported. You know what they've been talking about, this pestilence, I'll just call it that, has jumped from animal to human for the first time, basically. And how that happens, we don't know, but we know that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is behind it, and these laboratories are cooking up all different types of quote-unquote diseases, and now they're trying to come up with a new narrative to, you know, push this pestilence on the people, like they did with the last thing that went on a few years ago. You know, the same thing is going to happen again this time around, except it's going to be a lot worse. Now, whether they use this or they use something else in the near future, something else is about to get ready to take place. You know, round two of the whole thing that happened a few years ago, you know, that's scared to shut down businesses and, you know, have people put masks on. That same thing is going to happen. This time it's going to be 2 times worse, you know, because Bill Gates said it himself. This next one is really going to catch your attention, you know. So whatever they got planned is actually going to cause real deaths. A lot of deaths is going to happen because of this new thing that they're going to release, you know, which is actually going to be deadly, which they're going to use to scare people into this new world order. You know, a lot of people are getting ready to dump the dollar, and a lot of things are taking place. So they're using this new, you know, pestilence to scare people into this new world order and accepting this new way. You know, and they're going to use chaos. They're going to use all different types of tactics to do this. But first human H5N2 bird flu death reported. So let's jump into this article real quick. And it says, a man in Mexico has died with a type of bird flu strain that has never been recorded in humans before now. It's because they created this shit in a laboratory. You know, it's not natural. It didn't jump from a fucking bird onto a human. And for the first time, this shit was created in a laboratory. It was modified, you know. And it's patented, because we know that because they're already talking about, they created a, you know, that juice that people was taking in their arm, you know, for the last scare that they had a few years ago. They've already created a you know, a vaccine for it, and it hasn't even came yet. They're already talking about working on a fucking vaccine for disease X, and it hasn't even came yet. So how the hell are y'all developing a vaccine for something that hasn't even arrived yet? You know, this is because they're planning to release it. You see? So the whole scenario, the whole thing is going to happen over again, except this time it's going to be a lot worse. This time they're going to try to get the people, because you had people that were anti-vaccine, you know, and now they want to get those, they want to get everyone, you know, maxed up. You know, they want to get everyone to take this new vaccine that they have, you know, during the second time around that they're going to, you know, release these things on the people, you know, because they want complete control. But anyway, according to the World Health Organization, the victim, who was already ill with other conditions, suffered from shortness of breath, fever, and diarrhea before succumbing to the H5N2 virus. He died on April 24th. And they say he already had other illnesses, so that, you know. The WHO said the victim had no history of exposure to poultry or animals. And it says the 59-year-old male victim caught the H5N2 virus in April while he was already bedridden with multiple underlying medical conditions. The organization said in a statement, he quickly developed fever, shortness of breath, diarrhea, nausea, and general um, Malays, if I said that right, passing away 7 days after these symptoms showed. And it says other strains of avian flu, including H5N1, H5N6, and H5N8, occasionally infect humans, with those who work in the poultry industry at particular risk. However, no human cases of H5N2 have ever been detected before, and it's because they're creating this shit in the laboratory, man. You know, the same thing, the same thing with the whole C, the 1 and the 9. They created that shit in the laboratory too, you know, to fulfill whatever agenda they needed. And this new one that they're gonna come up with is gonna fulfill another agenda. It's gonna take more rights from people. It's gonna shut down. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna restart everything. And it says 10 U.S. states have reported H5N1 infections since late March, with the virus infecting at least 3 people and spreading to cattle herds in 9 states. So this is them painting the narrative. And it says, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, since late last year, outbreaks have been reported at poultry farms in Belgium, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, the UK, and several other countries. A total of 888 human cases of H5N1 have been reported worldwide since 2003, 463 of which have been fatal, according to WHO data. And it says no further human cases of H5N2 have been detected in Mexico. The WHO stated that the current likelihood of sustained human-to-human spread is low. And it says, I guess that was it. But you could see that how they're painting the narrative, because in this article right here, which is, you know, by the same website, The People's Voice, what is it doing? Let me go back. But this one says, so they're painting a narrative. This one says, who warns bird flu outbreak means governments must cancel upcoming elections. So maybe or maybe not, they may be planning on using this whole bird flu thing, this new pestilence, to cancel elections, you know, because they have this thing where when it's an emergency, they can cancel election and the current president can stay president, you know. So we'll see what happens. You know, I'm not gonna try to predict anything right now, but we do know that something else bigger than the whole C, the 1 and the 9 that happened a few years ago. We know that something bigger is coming. That's bigger. That's a lot bigger than that, and it's gonna be a lot more real and deadly this time around. You know, so let's go through this article a little bit. But it says the World Health Organization, WHO, has ordered government worldwide to cancel upcoming elections and prepare to roll out strict lockdowns due to bird flu disease outbreak emergency. See? So new lockdowns is going to get ready to take place. When? We don't know. But we know that these devils, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has something planned, man. And, you know, and they want to bring in that, they want to fulfill their new world order. They want to shut down everything and restart. This is why they have the whole saying, build back better. They want to tear down the current way of America and restart it, as well as other places around the world. You know, they want everything digital now. They want complete control digitally of everything. You see? So they want to shut everything. They want to get rid of cash. You know, they're going to, like they did with the whole C, the 1 and the 9, they blamed cash for help spreading the C, the 1 and the 9. You see? And this is going to be one of the you know, narratives that they're going to paint to get rid of cash also, and to use digital money, you know, is because they're going to blame it for helping spread this new pestilence that they're causing. You know, see, we're not stupid, man. We see what these devils is doing. We see them trying to establish their new world order. We see what they're doing, you know. But this may very well cancel the elections, depending on how fast they move on with this plan. But it says, in a urgent notice posted to its website, the WHO claims that the bird flu is set to become the next demidem, and will be deadlier than the COVID. You see? So they're saying it's going to be deadlier than that, which that's what Bill Gates said. He said that this next one is going to be, it's going to catch your attention. So it says, this dude right here, he said, looks like bird flu learned how to kill humans just in time for election season. So people are seeing right past the government and what they're doing, man. You see what I'm saying? So this may very well be the next demi-dem that they're going to use to take more rights from people and establish new laws and policies. You know, and they're going to blame the people who don't want to accept this, because they're going to come out with another vaccine, and the people that don't want to take it, they're going to blame them for being the reason that this new thing is going to be spreading and a lot of people are going to be dying. So that, you know, it's going to be a lot of chaos out here, man, when this takes place. But it says, Infowars.com reports the fatal avian influenza H5N2 virus infection was the first lab-confirmed case of person being infected with that strain in the entire world, and the first avian H5 virus infection ever reported by anyone in Mexico. You know, so a lot of people are exposing this and confirming that, you know, they suspect that this was created, you know, which it was, you know, for their purpose, their agenda. And it says the WHO website states, according to the IHR, a human infection caused by a novel influenza A virus subtype is an event that has the potential for high public health impact and must be notified to the WHO. The Globalist Health Organization went on to admit the woman who allegedly died of bird flu had no history of exposure to poultry or other animals, had multiple underlying medical conditions, and had already been bedridden for 3 weeks for other reasons prior to the onset of acute symptoms. The death was announced by the WHO the same day former Trump White House, you know, that word, response coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx went on CNN to call for every dairy cow in the United States to be tested weekly for bird flu. So they're painting the narrative, man. You know, and this is going to cause famine. Famine is going to take place also. You know, they're going to slaughter a lot of these animals in the name of, you know, protecting the people from this pestilence from spreading. They're going to kill off a lot of animals. You know, a lot more farmers is going to get shut down, because you have this whole thing with farmers being targeted, you know, for having animals. And they're, you know, giving them false tests on their animals just to kill the animals. So they're orchestrating a famine. That way, when their new world order is set in place, people will have to run to them. They're going to have all the power because they're going to have control of all the resources, including the food. So everyone is going to have to basically run to them, and they're going to have complete control. You know, they have control of all the food and all the water and everything that people need. They're going to be looked at as a god. You know, they're going to have complete control of the masses. You know, so they want to blame this new pestilence, you know, for the reason that they're going to be killing off and slaughtering a lot of these animals, which is going to cause a famine. You see what I'm saying? So it says new Deborah Birx wants to test millions of cows in the U.S. weekly and test dairy workers for asymptomatic bird flu cases. So they're painting a narrative right now. So let's watch this real quick.
That we're not testing to really see how many people have been exposed and got asymptomatically infected. We should be testing every cow weekly. You can do pooled PCR. We have the technology. The great thing about America is we're incredibly innovative, and we have the ability to have these breakthroughs. We could be pool testing every dairy worker. I do believe that there's undetected cases in humans, because we're once again only tracking people with symptoms. When we did that with COVID, the virus spread throughout the Northeast undetected, because it took a long time to get to the vulnerable individuals. But in the meantime, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people were infected with asymptomatic or mild disease and never came to medical attention. We have to switch from symptoms to actually definitive laboratory testing. We have the capacity.
You see, so they're actually painting a narrative that they're gonna do a lot of testing and just, same shit they did in the past. They learned from past mistakes when they used the whole see the one in the nine. Now they're gonna better their plan with this new pestilence that's gonna come out. Everybody's gonna be forced to mask up and take the new vaccine that they're gonna come out with. So it's gonna get real chaotic, man. A lot more businesses and things because of these businesses and these companies. They can't withstand another shutdown. There's not gonna be no more PPP loans that's gonna come out. None of that shit is gonna happen. These places, they're gonna get shut down for good. Slocky, they're gonna get shut down for good. They're not gonna bounce back. So America is done. But it says many people online are already voicing their concerns. The establishment is ready to roll out, the C, the 1 in the 9 2.0 scenario where a bird flu outbreak disrupts the nation during another historic election, just as InfoWars has been warning. So yeah, hey, like they say, this is the C, the 1 in the 9.210. You see? So let's go to this real quick. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5, and it says, yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, his philosophies, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, always in other people's lands doing shit. Even Esau, the so-called white man, he's got military bases and other people in all these other different countries. He got biolabs in all these other different lands. America has biolabs in fucking Taiwan, China, fucking Ukraine, always in other people's shit, doing evil. But it says, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And this is ultimately the goal that these elites, of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, of his nation, this is what they want. The elites of his nation, they want to have control over all nations and have, to themselves, be a god basically over all people. They want to be like the Heavenly Father. They want to be like the Most High. They want to be worshipped like the Heavenly Father. So they want to use this new world order, this new digital system, to enslave everyone on the earth and have complete control over them, because they have a God complex. They want to be like the Most High. This is why I said he enlarges his desires hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. So Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he cannot be satisfied, man, because he wants to be like the Heavenly Father. He wants to be like God. He wants to be like the Most High. You see? And let's go to this. This is Luke 21:11, and it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven, like the eclipse that just passed not too long ago. These are signs that, that Yahweh Shai, who these people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is about to get ready to show himself. But first we got to get through all of these fearful sights and great signs that we're seeing right now. A major famine is about to take place, and major pestilences that they're talking about now, which is this new bird flu thing, which is the C, the 1 in the 9 2.0, is about to get ready to take place. So these would be pestilences, diseases and viruses and famines. This is what's really gonna, knock people on their side when these famines take place, when you can't eat. This is where all the hell really gonna come from, the breaking and entering and spoiling each other's goods, as the scriptures say. Cannibalism. This is where these things gonna take place, when there's no food, or when these famines take place. So it's about to get real bad real soon. And depending on how fast Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, move, that's gonna let us know how fast these prophecies are gonna get ready to take place, man. But if you don't know by now that this whole flu thing that they're talking about was created in the laboratory, for whatever purpose that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to use it for. But we're going to stay on our watch. We're going to keep reporting on this and giving y'all the news. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. Shalom.